What an exciting day, right? So we didn't have an alien invasion. There was no melee, no war in the sky, which I didn't think was going to happen. But I think it was kind of an exciting distraction to think about the possibility. However, what I want to know is why did the star beings only deem Jersey worthy of a visit? Apparently, they had all kinds of activity in New Jersey today. I don't know if anyone else saw activity. Put it in the comments if you had some UAPs in your neighborhood. I can tell you, I went to the beach with a friend. We didn't see anything. We were only there for like an hour. But still, we did see some suspicious looking clouds. But despite the no-show on the part of the the UAP ETs, despite their no-showing, or maybe they're showing up later, like they do like to come at night and it's rather early, so maybe they're waiting for that, sweet spot. But, it's okay if Jersey was the only place they felt like having a melee today. Maybe that's appropriate. I don't know. What does Jersey have to say? But let's move on to the good news, right? Because there's all kinds of exciting things happening today. I mean, it started out crazy, right? We started out with somebody trying to become a dictator in South Korea, and then somebody else trying to, take over in this place that has the same name as one of our states where they have beaches. And it was looking kind of crazy. But they don't seem to be succeeding in their plan, which is very good news. But then we also had two bits of good news that came out of the United States. And one of them was Cory Booker. He put up a video, very exciting, very vague, very much like a riddle, very much a part of the Delulu Club. I'm loving it. I'm loving it for us. I'm loving it for him. It's very exciting. So later in the history books, right, when they're talking about us, they're going to say, it started with this group of women on this social media app who all just kept insisting that things were not as they seemed. And then they're going to talk about everyone made fun of the Astro girlies, and they had all these, and the psychic talk, and there were all these aspersions cast against these dreaming women. And everybody told the 4 a.m. club people, oh, you're Delulu, get over it, face facts. But they persisted. They doubled down, in the words of some people, double and triple down on their assertion that things were going to come out a certain way. And, and then there was a group of people that believed them, that believed us because they wanted to believe, because they were hopeful. But it was hard to believe because there just wasn't enough data, and people were waiting and waiting, and there was no word from that side. There was no word from the blue camp. There were no messages. They were just possible hidden message riddles. Easter eggs. People were talking about all these Easter eggs. People were devoting a lot of attention to these Easter eggs. And still, the other people laughed and said, oh, you're really stretching now. But then, on December 3rd, a day when half of America had their face pointed to the sky in anticipation of being saved, so incredibly miserable with the outcome of their electrical storm that they were willing to be abducted, packing their meager belongings into small bags, gathering up their abductee snacks. They all stood outside for hours, waiting. But the only people who were visited were the people in New Jersey. And everybody else quietly went home to sulk and to worry about their future. But then all of this news started coming out, and people began to realize that maybe the dreamers were not Delulu, because what they were saying was becoming Trululu. The Lotus Queen, she had a special solicitor who was running around the country filing all of these petitions for all these lawsuits in 50 different places. Quietly, shh, so that nobody would know. And then, although many of the people from the blue camp were coming onto TV and different platforms and saying, nothing to see here, there's no good news coming down the pipe, carry on, we just have to move on, and we just got to face this ugly reality. But the dreaming women knew better. They said, no, I'm not going to listen to them. Something is up. Something is brewing in the background. And they stayed fast. They held to their dream. And one day it was revealed. When even the cybersecurity assistant for the Blue Lotus Queen came out and had to make a declaration about her health and fitness and mental fitness, because she was about to make an important declaration. And so on this magical day back in 2024, so many things happened. We had war, what's the name of, I'm trying to think of the right words. We had all of these bizarre things happening. We had people taking to the street in the one country. We had people taking over in another country, and we had people standing outside waiting for the aliens. And then we had all of these messages that came out, some clear, some cryptic, but all of the data was starting to come out on this day. And this was the turning point, December 3rd, 2024. This was the point at which people began to realize, people who had been doubtful, people who had been skeptical, began to realize that the dreaming women were right.